Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the, let's see, this is October, right? October 2022 edition, monthly meeting of the Minnesota Woodworkers Guild. I'm Ed Noy, and we believe that we are live streaming. That's what Mike is doing over here, because we've got, maybe 20 people so far on Zoom? 22 people on Zoom, and then when the meeting's over, we'll put this out on our YouTube channel. I got to find a good spot here where I don't feedback so much. My name is Ed Noy. I'm president of the Guild, and I'd like to introduce our board members who are present, because this is an all-volunteer organization. It runs, the governing body is the board of directors. We meet monthly and try to figure out what's going on and run the business and take care of our programs. We'll start over here with George Lucas. George is our supporters liaison. He works with folks like the folks here at the Makerspace and Hirshfields and all of our other corporate entities who support us. And then we have Mike Johnson. Mike is our program committee chair. He and the group of folks who work with him put these programs on. Mr. Richard Tendick, he's our vice president and head ticket hander outer and premium procurer. Richard also does a whole lot of other stuff for the Guild. In the back there, we got Bob Krabby. Bob, along with Richard, put on the fall seminar. We'll be talking about that in a minute. Next to him is our newest member on the board, Mr. Paul Ehrlich. Paul is feeling his way and getting invited to jump into the deep water. And then I think I saw Dan Burks. Dan is on our program committee. Amelia Kennedy over here, another key member on our program committee. What other board members have I missed? Oh yeah, Matt LeBeau. Matt's on the program committee. Anybody else I've missed? There might be a few coming in here in a few minutes. We don't know. Just so we kind of keep a little bit of sense of order, please, everybody, put your cell phones on mute. I've got mine that way. We don't want to interrupt our speakers if we don't have to. And then for folks on Zoom, if you've got a question or you want to contribute to the meeting, use the messaging system there on Zoom. Send us a message, and Mike will probably pick that up, and we'll get that incorporated into the program. So who do we have here tonight for the very first meeting of the Woodworkers Guild? Okay, we got 3 here. If you would, please just tell us your name, where you came from, and why you came here.
I'm Grant. I live in Roseville and wanted to make some more clothes.
You came to the right place. In the back there. Well, very good. Thanks for coming in from that distance. Cool, cool. Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to learning some good stuff tonight. Let's see. Ron Austin is not here. Would anybody like to speak about the Woodworkers Expo? I can do it. I don't know, for all, back on the 24th of September, we had our 3rd annual Woodworkers Expo, one day Saturday at the Bloomington Armory, and it was a bang-up success. How many here were able to attend that? Good, good. Anybody got anything bad to say about it? We always want to improve. Next year, it's going to be bigger and better. It's going to be in October. I failed to write down the date. 14th of October. Again, it's a Saturday. We're changing the venue. We've basically outgrown the Bloomington Armory, and we're moving the show to the Canterbury Park Expo Center. Yeah. So we'll just keep you all informed on our website and through emails over the next year about what's going on there. An event coming up in a not too distant future is our annual Northern Woods exhibition. Typically, it's held, no, I'm talking about the Northern Woods exhibition. It's coming up in April, okay? That one, yeah, yeah. That's our big show where we have, you know, like 70 or 80 pieces of fine woodworking on display at the Eden Prairie Center. That'll be coming up in April, the 27th through the 30th. Now, George is all anxious about the fall seminar. Richard, you want to talk to it?
Okay, the fall seminar is coming up first weekend in November. We start off with the Friday. First Friday is going to be a slide presentation, and it'll start about 7 o'clock. So he'll be talking about all of his work and showing you what he does and so forth. At the end of that, we're inviting everybody to bring in a slide or two of what they do so that he will comment on them. Then Saturday and Sunday, he's going to demonstrate how to make what he calls his saber leg chair. It's not a very complicated chair. There's no carving or anything like that, but it's all the angles and everything else that you're going to learn how to do. So if you want to make a chair, that's a good place to learn how to do it. Oh, guy's name is Chuck Bender, and he's can be found at acanthus.com.
Yeah, you can go to our brand new website and easily find all the details you want about the fall seminar. So it's the 4th, which is the Friday night, all day Saturday, the 5th, most of the day on Sunday, the 6th. Registration opens tomorrow. So you'll be able to go on our website and register. The cost for members is a mere $90 to hear an expert like Chuck Bender talk. And then we have meals available, and all that information will be available there on the website. And then registrations will close on Tuesday, November 1st, which is the Tuesday before the event. See what else, what other notes I got here tonight. All right, and then at the fall seminar, we'll provide details about our annual program, our tuition grants program. You can learn about that on our website as well. And registration for that will open up when the fall seminar closes. We're on Zoom here tonight. We're recording the meeting. The meeting will be posted on our YouTube channel, and we will send out an email to all of our members announcing that and giving you a link to it. I mentioned to you that this is a volunteer organization. We've got some very dedicated few individuals that run it. One thing that we need is another member on our board of directors. We also need another member on the program committee. We're just a little bit shorthanded. It takes a lot to organize meetings like this, and we do 10 of these monthly meetings a year. Plus we have the fall seminar, which counts as a meeting, and then we have the Northern Woods exhibition that counts as a meeting. But we do need some more help in our leadership positions. So I appreciate if you consider that and send us an email. You can contact us on our website. Announcements. Who might have an announcement to make? Ron, you mentioned you had something.
I'm Ron Corden, and I've got a source of pear wood if you're someone who likes to carve or make kitchen utensils. This is from an estate sale in St. Paul on September 24th. The pieces are the longitudinal offcuts that they slabbed off the planks of pear wood. And again, it's 6/4, maybe 8/4. The pieces are like the waney edges of these, and they're anywhere from an inch to 3 or 4 inches wide. It's great for carving. You can laminate them together to make bigger pieces. If you're interested, you should contact the estate agent, whose name is Audrey, and her number is
Contact you.
better if they contact her.
Well, they don't have anything to write down their phone number.
If anybody's interested, talk to me afterwards and I'll give you a card. Her phone is 612-423-9065. That's it.
Thanks, Ron. Anybody else? Any announcements?
Just a quick comment on the expo. I noticed that the presenters, many members or people that came to the expo that were watching, and so my heart kind of went out to them because they were talking to just such a small handful of people. And whatever can be done to get a better attendance, that way more attention to them, and also maybe organize better so that the focus at those times, which I know they were always announced and the organizers tried, but it was kind of lagging. I felt a little bad.
Thank you. We're quite aware of that. That was the first item on our what do we need to fix list that we talked about last night. Yeah. And now that we're going to have a much bigger space at Canterbury, we're going to be able to figure out how to separate the presentations a little bit from all the background noise that's going on in the general area.
Also to the members, because there was good information.
Mhm.
It was a little bit buried in the white noise and everything else,
Mhm.
but they did a good job and kind of felt that.
Good, good. Okay, anything else? Okay, what we're gonna do, we all, at our monthly meetings, we always give away a bunch of door prizes. That's why you got those red tickets when you came in. And we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Oh, yeah, anybody who doesn't have a ticket. All right, we've got a Rockler, one of their silicone glue systems. Got a mat and a brush, a little dip pan and stuff.
Check the last three numbers on your ticket. We're looking for 036.
Oh, there we go. David David Mitchell.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, well, we're in glue mode tonight. A glue bottle applicator kit, again from Rockler.
049.
Here we go. Happy gluing. Oh, here's one of those foamy feather boards. I understand they're pretty nice. I haven't tried one of these.
042.
4-2, look at that. See, you get people here for their first time and they get lucky. Oh, I got a Wixie angle gauge. I don't know how I can get around my shop without an angle gauge, frankly. Yeah,
051.
5-1, way in the back. Oh, Mr. Krabby. You really? You're always really crooked, so maybe that'll help. Oh, yeah, this is one of those cutting tool cleaning kits for router bits and saw blades.
034. I'll find somebody else. 044.
Very good. Yeah, see, we've noticed that new people tend to win these a lot. I don't understand that. Well, here's an interesting, they call it a layout gauge. It looks like it's a corner square and an angle thingy and a bunch of doogie things on it.
041.
Oh, I don't know. 2 to a family? Yes. A Kamawan, oh, this is a Korean safety saw. It's not Japanese. So I don't know if it works the same or not.
We call it a safety saw because if you have a teeth on both sides of the blade, you can cut your arm as you're making your cut.
Only stupid people do that.
038.
The stupid person to which I was referring was me. Glide coat, oh, table and tool surface lubricant. This is, well, okay.
037.
Don't put it on the floor of the shop.
Enough glue for your next project.
Oh, both of them?
Just one at a time.
Yeah, so this first person will get your choice, either type 2 or type 3 tight bond. If you don't know the difference, that's fine.
035.
3, 5, which type you want, 2 or 3? Three is waterproof and has quite a bit longer open time than 2. 2 is great if you're doing iron-on veneering.
Okay, now for the type bond 3. 046.
Well, there's another one of our key members who wasn't here earlier. Blake Nelson runs our library.
Know what this is?
It's an exercise.
It's a yo-yo.
It's an arm exerciser. It's a metric ruler. No, it's not. Well, it does say it's 5 meters.
It's in English.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't have any metric measurements on it, but it's 5 meters.
040.
And it's a Felder, by the way, so you can be really expensive.
T-shirt. Shoulder.
Yeah, this is for all of our Felder groupies. It's an LGG.
053.
There you go, Dan. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a different shade of black, I think. Oh, it's got, look at that, it's got something on the back. Same, they're all large.
048.
There you go. You can always use it as a paint rag, you know, if it's too big. It didn't cost you a whole lot. All right, thank you very much. All right, with that, I will introduce Amelia Kennedy, who is going to introduce us to tonight's program.
Thank you. Let's see if we can, how did you hold it where it got quieter? Okay, hi, everybody. I'm going to be really brief with the introduction because Rob is right here and he can get into his presentation. Rob Gunnare works for Hirshfields and since 1999, and he has a long history in working with commercial finishes as well as finishes that non-commercial people would use, but super high quality finishes. He works to produce designer effects. He works with contractors, large and small, and he's a great problem solver for issues that you might have on a job. So you can come to him as a resource. And he's here with 2 of his colleagues. We're going to have the meeting set up in 3 areas. One is going to be with water-based finishes, and you'll get to try them. And, you know, he's got gloves and everything, so you're not really going to get dirty. They've got a festool station over there in the back. And then they'll be trying spray finishes outside by the garage door that is open to allow the air to flow. That's all I think I need to say. Rob will just take it from here. What's the issue here? That on, and then maybe that's in your pocket. That could enough.
Yep. Perfect. Ooh, that's great. How are you guys? Good, good. Thank you. Again, Rob Gunnare, Hirshfields. I've been with Hirshfields for a long time, 22 years. So it's a fun place to work and challenges every day. So I want to thank the hosts for hosting this place. I was here a couple weeks ago to look at it, and it's fabulous. Cool ideas. I like it. I like it a lot. Made a little slideshow. Please raise your hand. If you have questions, I'll help you as much as I can. And again, throughout the process tonight, we'll help as much as we can. So again, Hirshfields, I'm myself, Rob Gunnare, I'm an outside sales rep. I got Corey Beatty, which is our store manager in Savage. Corey's been with us for almost 21 years. And then Chris McDermott is our Exalta rep. He's from Kentucky. You're going to hear a little bit of a slang, but just get through it. So Chris has got a wealth of knowledge in wood finishing as well. So he's here to help me out. So that's what we got. Kind of the agenda, what I got on here is a welcome. Thanks for your time. Let me come in here and help you guys. Who is Hirshfields? A lot of people don't know who we are. And it's kind of our job to get out there and show people who we are and what we can do. What Hirshfield's paint is, Exalta wood coatings, what the objective is. We'll do a little breakout session and a little recap. So Hirshfields, we're founded in 1894, 128 years old, family owned. Family still lives in Minneapolis. So pretty cool, 4th generation. Hans Hirshfield is 60 years old, and he's got both of his kids in the company. So I looked up the other day as, you know, how many companies make it 100 years? Less than 0.5% companies. So something pretty cool to be proud of as an employee of Hirshfields and being in a Minnesota company. So first store is downtown Minneapolis. There's actually a wall covering store. We sold more wall covering than most stores would sell in years, in 1 year. We're based off wallpaper. The original family came over from Germany. We're big wallpaper hangers. So that's how it all started. Now we got over 37 locations, a lot in Minnesota, a couple in Wisconsin. We're growing in South Dakota. We're growing in North Dakota. And we just got another store back in Iowa. So we're growing, which is great. Here's kind of a quick little map of how Hirshfields is situated, and it's kind of weird as far as that goes. Like Hirshfields, you go to like our Edina store or wherever you go, and it's a very retail-oriented store. We have these beautiful locations. Kind of funny, but out the door sales, we are 75% commercial out the back door. It's we're really contractor geared, wood finishing geared, and is my specialty. So you kind of can see like Hirshfield stores on the left, and then on the bottom, it's kind of hard to see the contractor service locations. Those locations have gram scales and dies and special knowledge of people that can do special things for wood and customers and contractors and stuff like that. So not every location can do the exact same thing. So it's a little bit of a learning curve depending upon where you guys are at and where you're from. Like, for example, up here, the Maplewood store is a great contractor location. Sells very little wood finish, but our Blaine location is a huge wood finish location. So it a little bit depends where everything goes from. What is Hirshfield? So we're retail wholesale paint, decorating, window treatments. I can't tell you how many cabinet shops I go into and meet with the owners, and like, my wife buys wallpaper from you. You know, what are you doing here selling me? You know, so educating people on what we do. We're a paint manufacturer, and we're also considered an independent paint dealer. So you'll see some slides, but we actually started manufacturing paint in 1984 in Minneapolis. In the same plant we are now, we've increased size. It's pretty cool. We've recently, in the last 10 years, I've moved to all water-based paint, no more solvent-based, just for the fact of keeping Hennepin County and the groundwater and everything safe. So that's a great thing. So we carry a lot of national brands, which makes us an independent dealer. And those national brands I got listed up here is Benjamin Moore, Exalta. Exalta, like, what is Exalta? If you're a NASCAR fan, you may see it on a NASCAR. Valspar Wood, Valspar, everybody knew the building downtown Minneapolis. Sherwin-Williams bought Valspar company. Part of the federal agreement is that they could not buy the wood division because they would own too much of the market in the United States. So a company called Exalta acquired the Valspar wood, bought all the property, bought all the chemicals, everything like that. So virtually nothing has changed from the old days. Ilva wood coatings. Ilva wood coatings is a really large growing capacity in Hirshfields. They have solvent, but water base is blowing up across the country right now. So that's one of the big things that we do. I think you guys are aware of General Finishes. We recently brought on General Finishes probably 3-4 years ago. Every retail location has a very similar 4-foot style of it. They carry, a lot of retail products, brush and roll friendly and stuff like that. Every location may not get it. Talk to the store manager and they can definitely help you out. Being part of the guild, you may or may not know, but if you go into Hirshfield store and they ask you if you have an account, say, yes, I'm with the Minnesota Woodworkers Guild, you're going to get instantly like 30 to 40% off. So it's a huge discount. So you're buying at a level of contractors buying at, $10, $20, $30,000 from Hirshfield. So, and the key is when you're using that discount is use your address or use your name and say you got that custom stain that the store did for you and 3 years later you need more. If you can remember what you called it, we can recall that on the computer. So a really nice advantage of having a house account for all the members, just utilizing that, and we can look up the history and repeat those same orders. So again, on that General Finishes, they have a whole different industrial side made more so for just spraying, not so much brushing and rolling. So we carry a wide range of products. Festool, Corey will help out with that. We brought that on 8 years ago, and it's been huge. I call Festool the cult because once people get it, they don't stop with it. It's super clean, super easy to use. Old Masters, Rust-Oleum, we do, like if you go in the Maplewood store, we do hundreds of thousands of concrete floors a day in epoxies. We also carry Chemcraft coatings, 3M products, Graco sprayers, Wagner Industrial and CA Technology for like cup guns. We are also a Mohawk dealer. Not every location has Mohawk because endless amount of items. It'd take 10,000 square feet. Corey at Savage is the lucky guy to house most of it. And so we place orders daily, weekly for products that people need for Mohawk. Wooster, which is your brushes and rollers. Cabot's, exterior products, obviously. Prolux, if people remember Sikkens. The old Sikkens name has gone away. It's now called Prolux. PPG products. Storm Exteriors, a really good exterior stain line we carry. Saman Stain, and many, many more products. So again, it's hard to put all these products in one location, so we have a lot of specialty items and specialty stores. Obviously, we do a ton of wallpaper, designer furniture. We have a shop at home where people can come out to your house, whether it's for blinds or even wallpaper. So we're really kind of a customer-centric company. We try to be, and if there's a possibility, we'll try to figure out a way to get there. We do a boatload of blinds, drapes, and window treatments. It's unreal, the blind stuff out there. So again, they come out to your house and do all that. Using the Woodworkers Guild, I think you save an extra 5-6% on blinds. So every little bit helps. So here's our paint factory. It's right off of 94 and like 47th Avenue up north. Go ahead, Corey, you can kind of push through these. Kind of an idea what a factory looks like. On the left right there is kind of a really neat thing. So we have a closed loop system. So every gallon of water that we're bringing in from Minneapolis, we're using it to 100% capacity. We wash out the big tanks. It gets pushed into there and it gets cleaned out with different chemicals so we can keep reusing it for the next day. So no water goes back down the drain at all. So we opened our factory in 1982. The key to that is that we never manufactured a gallon of lead paint, which is huge. We don't use any crystalline silica in our paint, kind of a cancer-causing cheap filler for paint that a lot of other manufacturers use. So being locally owned, family owned, they really push our chemists to use the premium products across the board. Again, our factory, obviously locally here, but we sell a lot in Chicago market to another independent dealer, and we actually export our paint to Japan. So they want that premium quality. We can do batches of anywhere from 100 to 1,000 gallon batches of, like, you pick a color and we'll make that paint, ship it to the apartment complex, and it's all the same color. So kind of cool. Things that we make at the factory, a lot of interior paints, exterior paints, primers, ceiling paints, field marking paints. Can't tell you how much field marking paint goes on with all the soccer fields and football fields and stuff like that. Kind of a crazy little market. We do a lot of specialty business and toll business. Like when you get strawberries in that green little plastic thing, that's actually our coating to protect that plastic and protect the strawberries from getting bad. Here you can see the Japan paint, some of the other Hirshfield's paint. We use what's called a green Y's on our sticker, which means it's low VOC or no VOC. Kind of the pictures of manufacturing process going on. All right, that's a little enough about the paint factory. It's essential to our marketplace in Hirshfield being a dual distribution there. So our objective, what is lacquer? We're going to use an airless sprayer with the Exalta. Slight mistake on my side. We have a cup gun as well. I left the water-based finish at the store before I came. So we got solvent-based in the cup gun, so you guys can use both an airless and a cup gun. I got the Saman waterborne stains, Festool, and we'll answer questions. A little bit about wood coatings. I don't want to bore you guys too much. It can be a little snooze fest, but a lot of different products and terminology. So kind of from good, better, best. Nitrous cellulose is like the old furniture lacquer. If you go into the furniture stores or a piano, is done in that, so it doesn't lose the acoustical value. And then something came pre-catalyzed, because nitrous cellulose with moisture is not very good. It turns white. If you leave your sweaty glass on it on your nightstand, it turns white, it blushes on you. So nitrous cellulose, there's products out there that we sell to get rid of that. Then they came pre-catalyzed. So they took that nitrous cellulose, added a little bit of acid to it, made it a little bit more durable. Sometimes it gets sold to be more durable than it really is. So there's different pre-cats for different situations. A lot of the cabinet shops, if you're doing kitchen cabinets and bath and vanities, we're using conversion varnishes, or they're actually going to add acid to that, catalyze it. It's only good for that day. Super durable. It can withstand ketchup, mustard, vinegar, and all that good stuff. The best coating out there is called polyurethane. It's really a 2K poly. So it means that you're going to add the product and the hardener together. Your pot life is going to be 2 to 3 hours, and it literally will turn to a hockey puck in that 3 hour span. On a hot summer day, it might be 2 hours. So you can wreck some equipment, but people learn, and it's really easy. It actually doesn't smell as bad as the other stuff. The marketplace has really gone big with polyurethanes, especially with high-end furnitures. And then water-based finishes are really like blowing up. Everybody wants to use them, no smell. Durability is getting to be really cool. The clarity is getting to be really nice as well. So a little bit, I just kind of took the one slide from pre-cat because that's what we're going to be spraying here. Has nitrous cellulose. Nitrous cellulose means it re-wets every coat in it. Kind of what keeps that. But then we add some alkyd and plasticizers to get a little bit more durability. It dries by evaporation, which means it's not a acid catalyst that you're going to add into it. So it's once it dry, within 7 to 14 days, it's going to be cured. The shelf life on the products, that our biggest job is we have to turn that product every 9 to 12 months or it gets old. But pre-cats are pretty most common. It passes your KCMA, your kitchen and bath tests. But for furniture and different things like that, it's a really easy product to spray. So we'll get the demo started. I'll have Chris, I'll kind of bounce back and forth with with the sprayers, and we got the Saman, I'll be on that as well. And then Corey will be helping out with Festool. Any early questions right away before we break out?
One question, if we have something specific in mind that we're looking for,
Yep.
Do we call the main 800 number to find out which stores that has such specialty? Or-
Nope, I got some business cards. You guys can email me or text me. I can reply back to that. I do got some store maps up here. You're more than welcome to take with you as well. Is whatever is close to your location, you can give them a shout, talk to the manager, and they can help you. Something I kind of passed by. The biggest craze in this market or every market, everybody wants to take their old cabinets and make them look really nice. You know, a new kitchen cabinet can be anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 for new kitchens. So this is actually a water-based product. It's been cleaned, prepped, first coat, and you can see maybe a little tannin. You can come up and look at it. When you paint oak, the tannin will pop out of it, and especially on the ingrains. So using water-based products to stop that tannin is really difficult. I'm testing new products monthly on what can do it, what can't do it. And then if you use certain primers, you only can use certain top coats. So that's where the difference between us and like the big boxes at Home Depot or Menards, they don't have that expertise of what can go over that or something that's brushable or sprayable. So we kind of lean ourselves to test it before we bring it out and do stuff like that. But you know, we got painting contractors that do this stuff daily all the time, but this has just got 2 coats of product. It's a 2-component water-based sprayed, but it looks fantastic. So really big growing market. I got some like kind of like selling brochures of the Ilva water base. We actually import this in from Italy. Containers after containers after containers, both floor finishes to cabinet finishes and stuff like that. I got some Saman brochures in the back. We got some Festool brochures back there as well, and use me as a resource.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so which one are you going to start at?
We'll just,
Hey,
all
Rob.
3 of us will kind of go and wherever you guys
Rob,
got interest.
We have a question
Oh, yep.
online. The question is, this individual has 4 windows to finish. What is the best long-term finish? They are very difficult to get at after installation.
Interior, exterior.
And application, do you want to brush and roll or spray it?
Can you comment on if you want to brush or spray this? And is it the interior of the window or the exterior of the window?
Festool is a national price, so whatever they sell it at, it's, yep. Only thing we can do, Corey's the man to talk to, is their closeout stuff.
Occasionally,
close
I
out.
get discontinued products, and that's about the only time I can discount them.
Like the Rotex was one of them just recently.
Okay, so he responded, they are barn windows and he wants to brush both sides,
Inside and outside.
inside and outside.
So if you just want clear in the inside, I like oil-based on windows. So Hirshfield makes an oil-based varnish. It's called the oil-based finish. You can brush it, dries in an hour or 2, give it a scuff, do 3 coats the first time. It'll last for many years. Exterior, I'd go spar varnish. We have a Marine and Spar, or Sickens has got a product called Door and Window. But your exterior season right now is getting really short. You can't go below, 50 degrees when you're starting to go outside. Cool. So Corey will go in the back. I'll make sure Chris is good out here for spraying, then I'll be back with the Saman as well. Yep.
So we go over to each of the places and show that for a bit, or?
I think so. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. Maybe just drop in for 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes and then
yeah.
move to the next.
So for you folks on Zoom, we're gonna try and take the camera around to the breakout sessions and do the best we can to get you involved in what's going on here. So hold tight.
Pre-catalyzed lacquer, okay, and airless. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, airless hopper. So you gotta, when you're spraying, make sure you see what kind of fans are on. The fan spraying this way. You want to spray, you know, the fan, you don't want to go like this. Right, you want to go against the wide part of the fan door. You situation like this. And a lot of how it applies is going to be determined by your tip size, your pump, how much fluid is coming out. All those things can determine how fast you need to, you know, you want it to fit your tempo. You might have to adjust the gun and the setting, the tip, and the material, because they all have different viscosities, to make sure you're spraying at the right tempo and not sagging, running, all those things. Because a lot of people spray vertically too, so there's got to be sag resistance. You're gonna look, I mean, granite coat, these are designed to be 2 to 3 coats, sanding in between.
So it's a dry time. What's the difference between lacquer and urethane?
Urethane is going to be more durable.
Yeah.
So you can, it's going to have more solid, so it'll leave more product on the part after it evaporates and cured and cross-links. You can also build urethane more. So not quite a concrete level, but you go to 12 dry film. That's usually 12 dry mils of film versus something like this, you'll get 4 dry mils. Okay, so dry mills, so let's just say 25% solid. You put 4 wet mills, you're gonna have 1 dry mill left. Urethane, same scenario, it's running 35–40% solid. You're gonna have a lot more product left on there. So you can get away with less application, the more solid you get, which can reduce labor, et cetera, and time and all that. All these require, except for nitrosos, which we're not talking about, sanding in between. So even though they may re-wet a little bit, you got to sand out the imperfections and also give it something to bond to. You need that trash.
220?
One anywhere, usually between coats, 220, 240s in there.
You know, your wood beforehand, 180.
What's the typical dry time between coats?
Well, typically it either dry to touch in 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay,
A lot of people give it that 45 minutes to an hour.
for a recoat?
Yeah, for a recoat, but I've seen crazy things.
For sure.
But definitely that's kind of the basics. On our product, if you ever did want to come and try it with a little barcode here, just open your camera, it'll snap it to a technical data sheet. That gives you a breakdown of recommended tip sizes, pressures, dry times, all the stuff that you need.
Is it actually sprayed airless?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Air assisted airless cup gun.
Okay.
Yeah, HVLP, pretty common practice. A lot of it depends on how much people are spraying, right? You want to load a cut gun, or do you want to load a hopper, or what's your volume?
Sure.
So if anybody wants to step up and give it a shot,
Is there a difference in color between the polyurethane and the,
it can be. The color, they're all clear.
okay,
Yeah. Right, flip it over to that. Remember, this fan is going this way. You're gonna want to go. Nope. Well, you could if you wanted to go this way.
That's what I'm just curious.
you can't turn the fan?
The key point with this is you always want to start 50% overlap. And making sure you're overlapping, so you're getting the whole part with the same amount of build. So,
Are you saying that some of this lacquer is polyurethane base?
not this, but polyurethanes. You got a little.
Right.
You're fine.
Plugs.
It's a beautiful whitewash stain. It's super powerful. It looks fantastic on white oak. Yep, it's all three, so you don't, oh, yep, that's actually better. On that sheet. Mhm. So this is the funny thing on the trials and guides. So I did black. It's like, oh, they're on color. Chocolate.
They do make exceptions. They don't tell us something that's anymore. They tell me something. They have
Oh,
a
put chocolate
catalog,
on
they have a US catalog.
Yep, I'll do that too.
That's what was green, it does something. Start on, so it's kind of the opposite way. And then start with a higher grade. Start as high as you can. So we do a lot strict. The longer we stay, the longer it's darker.
A little bit.
Most of the time we start at 80 or so and then work it out.
We're gonna, I would say we're gonna put 10 seconds to a minute, but you can let it go longer. The longer you want to put a heavier coat,
You can see how quick.
or come with the first of the beer for it. That was, I'd say that.
It almost looks like it dissolved the other state took it off because it's water based. So
There's my drops.
yeah.
It's crazy technology. Try to understand it. It's we create really custom colors for some one of a kind furniture. And they make their own finishes, brush material, top coats, materials, full finish. You know, it's a very good product. Very green friendly.
After it dries, we just keep adding more coats to let it darker.
It will make it a little bit darker, like the black. I don't know if it's gonna get much darker. I mean, it's virtually there, but it's not like oil-based stain, you know, where you can kind of dry brush it and manipulate it a little bit. But it takes some getting used to, but it's really it's a neat product. It doesn't smell. You know, most of my oil-based things, they got a good odor to them. I couldn't put them into a bucket. Not worried about them. You guys want? I got gloves. You want to play with it? More than welcome to again.
So this product, it's a water-based stain. That's what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
No smell.
Some other colors on wood. So it clearly allows the grain to show through, but I think it could be fun to mix some colors. And
We do a lot of intermixing with the different colors. This
Yeah.
is another brochure. The other ones.
are those different colors?
Yeah,
Some
some of these
maybe?
are different. Wood tones.
Intrigued, playing with some colors.
It's something different.
Yeah, for sure.
They got grays, and everybody wants gray.
Yeah, I see we got a question for, can we get the contact information for Rob? Yes, I'll see what I can do and get that to you. And we'll make sure to get Rob's information that we have here on his card posted on the website so it's easy to find. So I think that's going to conclude our Zoom session for tonight. We're just not really set up for this type of presentation. Apologize for lack of audio. Hopefully you guys were able to gain some knowledge from what we're showing you. So I thank you all for joining and have a great night. Oh, do you know if this is a stain or a dye?
It's a stain.
Yes, this is the Samarins is a stain. It's not a dye.